Hey everyone, welcome to another Mail Day episode. Every Wednesday I put out a foiled episode. Basically, it's part of my long foiled series, starting all the way back from last year. I put up a video that's foil-centric. Either I'm doing a foil mail day, like you see I'm about to go through. This was going to be a spicy one. Or I share a foil deck that I own, or I open up foil-centric products, like collector's booster boxes, anything like that. That happens every Wednesday, so if you enjoyed this video, stay tuned for every Wednesday. There's going to be more of that. Of course, hit the subscribe button if you want to get notifications and support the channel at the same time. So let's take a look at today's mail day. Alright, so first card up, Temple Garden. I'll take this out of the sleeve. Let's analyze the original expeditions, the original lottery cards. I always have a mixed feeling about these because, in a way, I mean, the art I found was a bit muted on some of them, I guess, for lack of a better word. You know, like, fine, this is Temple Garden, but what are we really looking at, really? I find that the art direction for most of the expeditions was a bit, maybe they didn't know what to do. And granted, this was Wizards' first foray into lottery cards, I guess. So I guess I can't blame them too much on that. I look at some of the art on the newer expeditions from the Zendikar Rising, and they just look, I don't know, some of the art looks better, seems more to the point. But nonetheless, I've stuck to it. You know, expeditions were the big thing when I was a lot more into Magic. Well, I'm a lot into Magic now, but what I mean is playing in stores a lot, being in tournaments, going to GPs. Let's look at what's next. Windswept Heath. Oh boy. Alright, so the art at least is a bit clearer in here. So I actually like Windswept Heath art. It's not my top art for the expeditions. We've already gone through those in previous mail day videos. Watery Grave, Polluted Delta, so on and so forth, but this one's not bad. Yeah, this is not bad. Not a lot of curling either in an old card. Just goes to show you some foiling does not curl as easy as others. So I got a full play set, and of course, as I share this stuff with you, some of you might ask why I'm buying all these cards. So I am Delver Brews, obviously, and I deck tech a lot of decks, and a promise I've had from the beginning on any deck that I deck tech on this channel, unless otherwise explicitly mentioned in the deck tech, which I've only done once, and that was for the holiday special that I did in December, where I did a theme deck. But every other deck, I have essentially promised that, you know what, I'm not going to deck tech decks just to produce content. Now, of course, on one, you know, let's be honest, I am making these deck techs produce content, but I'm not doing it just for the sake of content. And let's just talk about Godless Shrine here for a second. Artwork is actually not that bad. Foiling is consistent across all the expeditions. So I'm not just, of course, I'm creating deck techs for content, but not just for the sake of content. I enjoy the decks that I play, and I want you to enjoy them as well. And part of that guarantee, I guess, the Delver guarantee, which is not much, I guess, but part of that guarantee is that I will own every card in the decks that I deck tech. I'll own a physical version, and by definition, since I post up matches for every deck that I deck tech, I also have to own the digital copy, and that's just goes hand in hand with the deck techs, of course. So not only do I own the physical version of the card, I own the digital version of the card, and that's just my way of saying, hey, listen, I mean, I'm investing my own money into these cards, into these decks, and I'm deck teching for you, just to show you that I am committed to a certain degree beyond just showing you something cool, you know, and that's just part of the guarantee. And you know, that might mean nothing to you, it might mean something to you, and it might mean everything to you. It really depends on who you are, and that's fine, but it's part of what I do. And the fact that they're foil, well, that's just personal preference. I've always been a foil person. I was a foil person since I started playing Magic. I was really attracted to foils just because I personally enjoy them, not necessarily a show-off factor. Although I guess these videos depending on what you think of me, these videos are all about showing off, but it's not really what I'm doing. I like talking about foils and sharing my opinions with you. But yeah, that's part of the guarantee. That's why I buy all these cards. It's because I'm building decks. I've either built decks already or I'm planning to build decks and share them with you. And I have to own them. That's part of the guarantee. The other guarantee is that I'll never deck tech a deck with you and not have gameplay. I post up 3 matches at least, and then I have this B-roll series that I just finished with in December. See Bloodstained Mire? Meh for the art. What is that? What the hell am I looking at right now? I'm looking at nothing. I'm looking at abstract art. And I say that with a heavy heart because Veronique Maynard, who is the artist of this particular expedition, she's a local, and I really enjoy her art, but I think she was not given proper art direction for this because she's produced awesome art. I own signed art. And I know I've said that many times before, and it bugs some of you because you want to see it, and I will eventually show it. So yeah, I don't produce deck techs just for the hell of it. I've seen a lot of channels do that, or a lot of whatever content creators do that, and that's fine. That's fine. I understand. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up, but for as long as I can, I will. And I don't know about you, but I don't like buying cards that I have no intention on playing with at all at any point in time. It's very rare that I'll buy a card just because I want it and not necessarily because I want to play with it. Very rare. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's rare. Spreading Seas. You know what? This card has not been reprinted to date, and I find that amazing. It's not like, I don't think this would be, it's not some heavy flavor card that would be hard to reprint. But you know what? They haven't reprinted it. Last but not least, Rose Spiral. I feel like I've talked more about other things than the actual foils I'm showing, but sometimes that's what these videos are all about. Sharing my opinion. So anyway, if you're wondering why I buy these cards, that's the main reason. It's not for financial reasons. Trust me, if I just took all this money I've spent on these cards and bought some reserve list cards, they would have gone a lot farther for me. So trust me, it's not financial. I'd rather own. This foiling is actually pretty cool. I really liked it. I knew I would like it. This format. It's very, very nice. Yeah, trust me, I would rather own 10 cards worth $40,000 than 2,000 cards worth $40,000. Trust me. It's so much easier to liquidate. You know how hard it is to liquidate 1,000 cards? I sell on eBay. Trust me. I mean, even liquidating 30 cards or 40 cards is not easy. So anyway, that was the mail day for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't blabber too much, but hopefully it was interesting, whatever I did blabber on about. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, Facebook. All that stuff helps out the channel a lot. It's just a click for you, but for me, it means a lot more. If you want to become a patron and support this channel, check out the link in the description. I want to thank all my current patrons for your continued support. Check out the tiers because it's not just a thing where you give me $5 a month and that's it. I actually have some pretty cool tiers, and if you're a patron for at least 6 months, at the end of every year, I send non-bulk rares and mythics to your door. It's part of the tier. Check it out, read it out. It's a way of me giving back to you for your support throughout the year. So the longer you're a patron, the more you get. And I do a mini giveaway as well for the patrons. So check all that out. Thanks, and have a good one.